And we is on. Yo, you too. What it do, man? How's everybody doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, wonderful week, man. It is Wednesday, November 12th. I am making this video actually a lot earlier than I usually do. I'm not gonna lie. I got some time on my hand today. Okay, so it is 1:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guys know I'm always dropping content for you guys around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but hey, earlier the better, right? So, guys, we have a lot of content to cover today. Now, for anybody, I'm just going to start this, that isn't in Collectors Club. It is my 100% free Discord server that I drop my deep down analysis outlook, my thoughts on every single day. I show tons and tons of free content that I have under Snowski Notions and such, and videos that I drop for you guys. If you guys aren't in that, join that shit up. It's going to be in the description of this video, in my bios, everything. Join that shit up. Now, coming into this week, coming into today's overall trade, for anyone that hasn't seen my content on social medias, that don't follow me, you guys understand that I did catch some bangers today. You know, I shorted market open, caught 50 handles on one mini, and then I proceeded to short it once more again on some evals to get done, and banked on that. As you see, 161. It was one mini, so I needed 3K on that. Slap my new week opening gap below, which was my target for the day. Guys, beautiful. But I have a lot of stuff to cover. Now, for anybody that was looking at the post that I gave out yesterday, I actually caught the entire market maker buy model that actually happened last night. So I'll dive that right into right here. Oh my god, my thing's tweaking. There we go. So let me take my indicator off because it's going to keep popping up. This entire long, now I'm on the 15-minute chart, I caught. So from all the way down here to the highs, it was a 267 handle run. I was in two minis. I locked out for 10.2K. Now all of that is on my social medias. You guys haven't seen it already. It was crazy. But I want you guys to understand that all of it had reasoning. It was not random. My entry was not random. Me holding it that long was not random, right? I held it legit through the downtime of the hour until Asia opened. That's how confident I was in my trade. Now, I'm going to be breaking this down after we cover why I took my trades today, so stay tuned for that, and we have a lot of information to cover. I stated back in my Snowski Outlook on the 9th, right, so right before the week opened up, kind of my weekly breakdown, my outlook, and I stated that because of the 3-month quarterly shift that we are in, right, a lot of you guys understand that trade quarterly theory and study ICT's content. Well, we are in Q4 of the entire year. Okay, so if I'm to hop over here, I am going to go back to the 4-hour chart. I have this massive 3-month power of 3 candle up. Now, why exactly do I have this? Well, if you think of it logically here, a yearly cycle has 4 quarters, right? Each of those quarters are going to be 3-month periods, meaning those 3-month periods or 3-month candles, as you can see right here, I have marked that on my chart, are actually going to be used to analyze what's happening during those 3 months, right? Power 3 needs an accumulation, manipulation, distribution stage. So within that, I'm finding bias around that with the understanding of quarterly theory, right? So let me just get rid of this real quick. I need to make a 1 month. There we go. So I explained to the entire Collectors Club kind of my understanding for the new week, the entire month, what I expect to actually play out. Now, a lot of you guys understand that study quarterly theory. Every single big major move in the market will always have what we call a Kraken correlation. Okay, that means between the triad of indices, right, we have NASDAQ, ES, and YM. When a large move is bound to happen in the market, meaning large displacement to an opposing market shift or quarter shift, there's always a Kraken correlation at the bottom or the highs, right? And this proves basically protected buy or sell stops to prove a reversal, right? This is where smart money is participating their positions. Now, looking at the tariff low, I analyzed this, and you guys can go back to your, your triad and look at the different indices, and you'll see that below here, where the sell stops rested of October's range, this was the tariff dump that we actually had. But there was zero cracking correlation at the lows. So, looking at this entire price action report, seeing that in our 3-month period, there was no cracking correlation at the lows for a 3-month power of 3, this hinted to me to almost look like a market maker sell model. Okay, breaking this down between our 3-month quarterly shifts, we can easily see that October's range had an original consolidation, first stage reaccumulation, expanded to the highs with a weekly cycle up here, creating October protected buy stops, right? Because coming into this was our new monthly cycle. Okay, excuse me. So we had a smart money reversal with a weekly cycle at the highs, and then price started to shift momentum to the downside in a sell model, you could say, right? This is our buy side of the curve, and this is our sell side of the curve. So we are currently in the sell side of the curve, and we've been constantly added on with bearish displacement, bearish cracking correlations. As you can see, we have a weekly cycle at the highs with the smart money reversal. For our low risk sell, we had a SMT with the previous day highs. We had a weekly cycle during our first stage redistribution, which also set the stage for a monthly power 3. So coming into this week, I stated that second stage redistribution could possibly be in play. Now, some things have changed a little bit, but my insight is really, if price presents itself, right? Obviously, you can't just assume it's going to get down there. We need confirmation. This original consolidation low or non-protected inefficiency, as we could see, this was a new week opening gap that was not filled. I have a high hope in that draw being met. So realistically, I'm looking for shorts a lot of the time. Now, coming into the week that we are currently in, we immediately have an inefficient new week opening gap, which is a great sign. Coming into today's price action, we had a beautiful monthly cycle at the highs. As you can see, a monthly cycle is between 2 consecutive weeks, one breaking correlation and the other one's not. So as we could see, not only did we have an all-time high cracking correlation today with YM, but YM also took the previous week highs high. And as you can see, ES and NASDAQ failed to do so. So now what is that telling me? It's telling me maybe understanding that I'm realistically looking for shorts, right? Because I'm looking for this entire original consolidation low to have broken into this new week opening gap with a cracking correlation to prove displacement bullish, right, for accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Knowing this is a beautiful sign of delivery, okay? Because not only are we constantly given SMTs, weekly cycle, but now added on a monthly cycle bearish SSMT in our sell side delivery. Guys, beautiful, with an inefficient weekly open gap. Okay, so all I'm really coming out here to state is that if my bias is correct, if my understanding of price is correct, and that we're going to potentially put in a new low of our 3-month power 3, then these are beautiful signs to see. Okay, now I'm actually going to just move this a little bit. All-time high cracking correlation, monthly cycle with YM. So coming into today's delivery, before I hop into the market maker model from yesterday, covering today's delivery, what exactly was my bias, and now why exactly did I go for shorts? Now, coming into the market immediately, we can already see that before market even opened, right, this is our 9 a.m. opening price. Let me pull up ES a little bit easier to see here. Give me 1 second. We can immediately see that when market opened, okay, we had an inefficient, or let's say this, an unmanipulated true day open price. Now, for people that study true opens, true day open, like any other key open, tends to have its own cycle of power of 3. Now, true day open is midnight open, meaning middle of the day, right? It's Q2 opening. Seeing this, we 9 times out of 10, unless it's a devil's mark, which rarely happens unless bias is fully pushing away from it, we will always see a manipulation under or below or above the key open price of true day open. Now, true day open had zero delivery overnight on all of the indices, so that makes the likelihood of it being a key draw for price. So that means we're looking realistically for signs of it. Now, at the highs when morning opened, YM spools up immediately, purging the previous week's high, also taking all-time high. That proved the all-time high cracking correlation on the higher time frames, as well as the monthly cycle with YM. So, NASDAQ and ES are failing to create higher highs. YM is creating a higher high. True day open, unmanipulative. At the same time, this box of price action was the new week opening gap, this gap right here from 2 weeks prior. This gap, I don't think you guys understand, is a higher time frame volume imbalance. Now I'm on the weekly chart. As you can see, a volume imbalance needs to be balanced. Now, what balances a volume imbalance is you need both different stages of delivery. You need a sell side delivery close and you need a buy side delivery close, meaning to balance the range, it needs to afford both sell side and buy side delivery. Now, we already had sell side delivery the prior week, but we never had buy side delivery. So as you can see, us coming into this new week opening gap was a great sign of now bearish momentum, now to fall off, because price needs to come up and balance this inefficient range to proceed lower, almost like an inversion gap. Okay, as you can see, that was kind of my basis for the market maker model yesterday, but understanding this, I need price to fall over. Okay, this high getting taken, also YM delivering the all-time high cracking correlation, the monthly cycle with YM, as ES and NASDAQ both failed to create higher highs. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful signs. So, coming into the morning, we had all-time high cracking correlation, monthly cycle with YM. Immediately coming into morning open, we had a 90-minute cycle with YM. Let me pull up my charts real quick. Do me justice here. Come on. As you can see, YM immediately pumps to the highs. So we have a 90-minute cycle followed by the monthly cycle followed by a micro cycle. So this is legit a 3-stage delivery SSMT. Okay, so now what am I looking for? Well, we have True New York and TMSO, which is our true micro session open. So these are considered stacked opens. Now, stacked opens is a concept I'm going to be teaching in my inner circle. For a lot of people that watch my content, for a lot of people that are in my trading community, I announced yesterday the inner circle mentorship release date. Now, this is coming out December 1st. I've been telling a lot of people that, I've been busy with my last few weeks. I will not lie. 100% of my efforts have been going towards this inner circle. Now it's a massive course of 50 plus videos, hours on hours of content that I'm creating for you guys. And in that inner circle group, I'm going to be explaining all these concepts, such as quarterly theory concepts that I used to like, that I always talk about but never really dive into, such as stacked opens, right? How you can use this to your advantage within trading. Okay, so stacked open gave us a very nice entry. Price immediately opened up and just spooled right when I shorted, right? There wasn't really much opportunity for buy side delivery here, as the cycles, the 3-stage SSMT cycle that we had was proving how bearish price was. Now, why did I close at 80 handles? Well, I closed because these were on my PA accounts. Now, I had a few evals, I think like 3 evals that I wanted to get done. So I understand where the draw was actually for. It was the new week opening gap low. I have the quadrant right here. Re-entered on an order block and price delivered very nicely. As you can see, 161 handles. That was a 3K pot right there. Beautiful. Which was also 10 a.m. power 3. Okay. Now, power 3, 30-minute power 3, 4-hour power 3, high time frame power 3. These are all concepts that I'm going to be breaking down in the inner circle, guys. I am so hyped for it. Super, super, super hyped for it, guys. It's going to be a massive course, and you guys are going to have one-on-one connection to me at all times to literally scale you guys from A to Z in no time. So that is something I've been putting legit like 99% of my efforts towards. But coming back down into it, that was my trade execution for today. Why exactly did I take the market maker model? Guys, I created an entire Snowski notion the other day against market maker models. Now, I actually created two. I created a pattern recognition series, a part 1 and a part 2. In these studies of mine, now these are notions that I'm creating almost every single day, I explained the differences between the buy model and the sell model, how to identify it, how it looks on the higher time frame, what to expect, what to target, right? Full breakdown. How to predict smart money reversals, real life, actual entries, concepts, how they work. As you can see, I break down all of this, ICT examples, right? So within this, ideally, you guys should understand why I took this. As we see, Asia opened for our entire Tuesday delivery. We had our original consolidation, first stage, reaccumulation into true day to send price lower. Second stage, reaccumulation, smart money reversal. Now, what causes the smart money reversal? SMT. ES fails to create a lower low as NASDAQ does. We have a 90-minute down here, which is our 90-minute SSMT for the smart money reversal. So at these lows right here, price, this is ideally where I went long, okay? First stage, second stage, unicorn purges the original consolidation highs, setting the stage for the bearish delivery today. Beautiful. It was beautiful. Now this is the 15-minute chart. On the 1-minute chart, this is literally what I look like. It was just beautiful, 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 because this was coming into morning open, so I literally caught the very low dip before price started to reverse. I don't even know what to explain about this. This was just premier entry model. You guys understand, I study Power 3 quarterly theory at market maker models, and this market maker model was just beautiful, beautiful delivery, no manipulation, told us truly what price wanted to do, and it just did it. It just did it. So I hope you guys made some money today. I hope you guys made some money this week. Guys, I want to do a big breakdown of the inner circle group. Okay, now there's going to be a ton of information that's going to be dropped coming into the rest of November. But I stated to everybody in the server that on the 1st of December is the inner circle drop. Now, this will be a paid mentorship. It will be my first ever paid mentorship. Now, guys, I want you guys to understand this is 100% of my content has been totally free forever. I have never charged a single thing, never charged a single coaching call, nada, nothing. But within that, it is now gotten to a point where I get so many DMs a day. I have so many questions coming in, so many calls that I have to do, so much content for free that I'm uploading. And now, don't get me wrong, I love it. I'm putting more and more content out every single day. I'm gaining more traction. I'm gaining a bigger community. We're at like almost 500 members right now. Crazy, guys. Crazy. But within that, it gets to a point where sometimes the information is not taken for granted. And I sometimes feel that I want to, how do I word this? I want to push aside and diversify the people who are truly trying to get after it and want my full attention and efforts to get them from point A to point B. And then there's going to be obviously the people that are kind of just being there for the community. Now, don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing, but you have to understand it gets to a point where I want to create the next cycle of profitable traders. I want to teach specific amount of people that pay for my time. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not going to be a crazy amount of money. It is going to be very, very affordable for what I'm actually giving. Now, keep in mind, it is going to be an entire WAP Discord, technically, that I'm going to be putting like 100% of my efforts through entirely of 2026. It is going to be an entire course of 50 plus videos of every single concept that I use, breakdowns of trades that I take, constant everyday morning announcements, analysis every single night. There's going to be group calls breaking down the day's delivery, answering every single question. There's going to be one-on-one coaching calls, everything. It is going to be probably the best server that you guys are ever going to see, but I'm sorry, I apologize. It just cannot be free. But do not worry. For those who end up paying for it and that end up getting taught by me personally one-on-one, you guys will not regret it. You guys are going to have a massive journey, and I'm just super stoked for it. I'm super excited because it is going to be great. My full attention and effort is going to be going towards that the entire 2026. No matter what I'm doing, you guys are going to have 100% my attention, creating new content every single day, new videos, and not bullshit content, but content that's going to get you from A to Z and get you guys rolling to profitability quick as shit. Because I know that's most important in this and most important in my content that people watch. Okay, so all I'm doing, I'm simply doing this to diversify the people that are truly after it and the people that are kind of just there for the community. And I'm trying to get you guys fucking started, getting ready, getting after it. So I'm super hyped for it. There's going to be teasers and shit coming out a few days prior to open, but that's kind of like where 100% of my time is going right now, creating those videos. And within that comes less free content, just as right now, because my time is being taken up so primarily with these videos. I'm redoing a lot of videos that I keep creating because I'm just trying to make it the best. Yeah, don't worry. It's not going to be expensive or anything, right? I'm not after the money. I'm just after the people that are really trying to get after it. And I'm trying to diversify those mindseted people. Okay, that's simply it. All right, but I'm super stoked for it, super hyped. Okay, December 1st, mark your fucking calendars. It is gonna be crazy. Okay, I'm just so excited for it. But guys, I hope you guys learned something today. It really wasn't a full educational video. It was more of a breakdown on why I took what I took. Now, coming into the entire delivery, I explained what I was looking for on the week. Now, I obviously explained already coming into the Snowski Outlook what I was looking for the entire 3-month quarterly shift. Now, within this, expecting bearish prices, we're looking for bearish crack correlations. That delivered to us today when YM purged all-time high and the previous week with a monthly cycle bearish SSMT. So within this, we have an inefficient new week opening gap on ES and NASDAQ. Technically, YM already kind of displaced through it on the lower time frames coming into Monday's delivery, but it's still an inefficient gap. Seeing all of this, I'm expecting bearish delivery unless signs of bullish delivery is presented. But as of right now, the displacement that we are getting is beautiful, very, very key, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. But guys, I'm going to hold it there. If you guys enjoyed this, leave a comment, leave a sub, like, DM me if you have any more questions. But I gotta go. Got more content to make, got more videos to create for you guys. This inner circle is gonna be so fucking fire. I'm stoked. I'm ready for this. Ready to see who's after it and who's ready to get after it, because it's gonna be a good damn year. Make those New Year resolutions when 2026 opens up and get after it. But guys, as always, I'll see you guys at the top. Peace out.